If I could pick up on that, I think for a public engagement process to be taken seriously by the public itself, some conditions are necessary. One is I think it has to have a focus. That is to say, it's, say, for poverty reduction or whatever the public policy objective may be. The people who are engaged in the process must have a conviction that it's going to lead to some action on a specific policy area, if you like. And if I can give an example from my own home province that I had nothing to do with. I'm not part of the government of the day in the province of Ontario, but one that worked extraordinarily well, and from my position as a prof at Queen's University, I was particularly interested in observing it. This comes to the second element, if you like. If you're going to engage the public, then the people selected, there should be a process of selection, in my view, and it should be very accurate in reflecting the province in question. It's a province-wide project. So ethnicity, gender, age group, occupation, all of these things. If you're doing something, let's shift away from I'm going to give the experience of Ontario very briefly and into what might take place, say, in New Brunswick on province-wide childcare. If you wanted to, you were going to embark on a major childcare initiative. I think childcare would not be the same as downtown Toronto or in the Yukon. It's going to reflect the conditions in New Brunswick. So, A, that's the objective. B, you have a randomly selected group of people, like I've just said, that really reflect the province. Then you have them come together, maybe over the period of 9 months, come together once a month as a group and be briefed at the outset by some experts, not to tell them what to think, because if you get a group of ordinary people around, they're going to think what they want anyway, but so that they can have an informed discussion. So part of this would be sitting down by themselves for a series of meetings. Part of it would be to meet with people who have had some professional experience in childcare, the childcare domain, so that the ordinary citizen, whom I have a lot of faith in, has some information at his or her disposal, because people want that. They don't just, work out of the blue. So then you have that degree of expertise, but not the experts making the decisions. Then the people come back, this randomly selected group, deliberate on the costs of the program. What are the implications? If we're going to have something like that, does it mean a tax increase? And if it does, they should say so. And they should explain to their fellow citizens, if we're going to have this facility and it's needed for working moms and working fathers, and most families now have both adults working, then they're going to have to start defending the tax increase themselves before the politicians take it on. If they're going to say we need this, then they're going to have to say it's likely going to cost so much, and by the way, as a taxpayer, I'm willing to pay it. And then they could come up, if you like, with a specific kind of proposal to put before the government of the day. And if the government has launched this process, my strong view would be they have a responsibility to more or less accept what's recommended by this group, or to explain very carefully why they're going to go somewhere else. If it's a group that reflects the province, it's done its homework, and has come up with a proposal. So anyway, there are some thoughts.